Hey guys, how you doing? So this is Rafael, and today I'm showing you some of the tools that I use for Forex and how I make money. I know that many people are probably skeptical about Forex because they probably had a better experience. I know some people, they don't know anything about Forex. They just see it as an online thing and they might think it's a scam. Online Forex trading has been there for many, many years, and actually there's around $4 trillion every day being pumped into it. Many companies use it. Some of them are just for investment. Some of them, they do trade so they can make money every day. Banks, they use it. So it's something that, you know, big companies use it. So it's legit. So I know that many people will probably listen to this and think, oh, it's just another Forex video. Yes, it is just another Forex video, but I'm, hopefully teaching you for free how to make some money online. So first of all, you can see on my screen what I will be showing you. I'll be basically sharing the screen. So that's a way that you can actually check the trades. I won't show you my account or anything like that today, but for those that know that I do trade and do trust my judgment, you can look at what's on the screen. So this is me sharing my screen, and it's also being recorded. I hope. Let's just double check if it is being recorded. You are screen sharing, and there is a recording on this computer. Okay. So let's say you want to trade gold. Today is weekend, so the trades are not moving, so I can't really show you, me trading. But I will try my best to trade every Monday, at least 7:30 in the morning is when I trade. So I will try to do some videos for you guys. I will have some Zoom calls for people that are interested in knowing how I trade and maybe potentially how they can make money. But on the screen, you have, gold here. You open tradingview.com. You check full feature charts if you're interested in buying or selling gold. I like to sell and buy commodities. This is what I do. Commodities are my thing. Some people, they prefer to, just invest. And by the way, one of the things that I want to say is if you are into investing and you know nothing about trading and you don't want to learn anything about trading, just invest. So investing, just don't get into Forex, get into platforms such as 212 and choose the investing option and just invest in stocks that you're interested in. So it could be anything from Tesla, Apple, Amazon. Obviously, I'm talking about the big ones. But if you want to trade, then you want to listen to what I'm going to show you. First of all, you have a graph on a computer. Probably don't know what I'm talking about here. You can obviously see a graph, and I'm just going to make it as simple as possible. So I'm just getting closer and closer to the screen. So you see 1 hour. One of the things that people will learn first is support and resistance. So let's get a little drawing here as an example. There you go. That's one example of how it could look like, support and resistance. Another example of how it could look like. This doesn't look right. It normally does something like this, but in this one, the shape is different. So let's go back to here. Just give you an example, because support resistance and resistance is not always exactly like a science. It's not an exact science, but if you pick out parameters or lines that are in a right similar angle, then those are your support and resistance. So you have the top here, the bottom there. So it means that this one is touching there, and it'll most likely go down because the trend is down. So let's say Monday or Sunday evening, depending on where you are, which country you are in. In the UK, Sunday evening around 11ish, you come in, you see the trade is there. It might jump there or it might jump there, we don't know. But let's say it's still there or it's underneath there somewhere. It will most likely go down. So that's the first test. You have to test out different parts of the trade. This is the first test that I always do. You know, when I do have time to look at exact measurements, I'll do this. But when I don't have time to look at the measurements, what I do is I just use my eye to kind of make a line, and I'd use my phone, and I just think, okay, you know what? It's more or less touching the line above, so I know that it's going to go down. So obviously you can see yourself Monday morning. Today is the 23rd of January 2021, if I'm right or wrong. And you'll probably go down, and then after that you'll probably go either hit, let me show you another side, which could be, let's say here, this is another potential line which will hit and then move away up. Let's say it goes here, it goes down here, it could go back up. So if it goes back up, then you know that it found a new place to move away from. Most likely it will go down here and go below this line. It's not, you know, it's not like it will happen, but this is what I do test. This is how I do trade. I create probabilities, and this is one of the probabilities. It will go up, down, probably hit here, and maybe, just maybe, you'll go back up or you go down. But you know that in between this line and this line, you can make money. So you can sell and then put a take profit here somewhere. Say the take profit, you know that it's 1843. Let's see, that's what I would do. Take profit 1843 and just wait and see. Yeah, wait and see where it will go. But potentially, I mean, this one, because of the way it's moving, it's likely that it will go down. But on the unlikelihood that it will go up, eventually it will come down again. So there are other things that I do, but this is the first test. I just wanted to make it very simple. I don't want to go too long on it. There are other things that I check for support and resistance. And let's go to a different graph. So I can give you another example of what I could look for. So natural gas. See natural gas in here. Okay, full feature chart. Let's see what natural gas looks like at the moment. See, it's been a while since I actually touched this trading view, because normally I just use my phone, and because I'm used to looking at the lines, I know exactly where it would move. But you can see here, this is what I used to do before when I had more time, and this is the best way to make sure that your trades are on point. So you look at this, and then I look at 2-3 other like indicators, and then I realize, yeah, it's gonna go the way that I think it's gonna go. So as an example here, you can see that I made a line, because it's gonna go here, but then it broke every single block that I thought it could move from. So you can see here, I thought this was one. There was another one here. I can see the trend was down. So you know what? It's gonna carry on down. Can you see? So it's all about predictions and probabilities, and most likely those probabilities, if you have other indicators suggesting it, you'll make money from it. So it went down here. I didn't carry on with this test, but I'm guessing this is what I do sometimes, and I'm not sure that everyone does it, but let's carry on just in case, just to see how many points. So this used to be, you know, like support and resistance is different points, right? So let me just tell you what the support and resistance is. Support and resistance, so you understand Forex. And you probably can do research yourself on support and resistance. Let's go to baby pips. I don't get paid by baby pips, but it's just an example. So you can see how the graph moves. Resistance at the top, support at the bottom. Okay, resistance at the top, support at the bottom. But this is what happens sometimes, right? This used to be resistance, but then it kind of became support here. No, maybe not. It's just how sometimes I look at things, and then I carry on with this line. Obviously I didn't carry on too much, but I knew that from this point it would go down fine. But I just wanted to, continue the line to see, out of curiosity, what really happens in the future. So it broke this line, which was used to be resistance back then. So then it's gone up, and then obviously here I didn't analyze anything. But let's start analyzing from here, because there's nothing there, and all I've been using was my phone. So another line there. I always try to put the lines as like perfect as possible in terms of their shapes, so you can see that the angle is similar. So I do daily trading, by the way, so this is long-term trading, and I look at this just out of curiosity so I can look at long-term trading. But because I do daily trading, my trades are always based on 1 hour. You can see 1 hour at the top. So let's look at other potential support and resistance lines. Yeah, let's do another one. And this is basically for the whole week. It helps me to understand potentially what could happen the whole week. And this would be a perfect way for you guys to do it. So another one. Actually, this is not one. Let me delete that. Let me go here. Just assume that one is one, because by the way, how do I do it? Okay, the line, it keeps on hitting up and down on support and resistance. That's how I see support and resistance. So this, sometimes it passes a little bit, but it's not an exact science for me, because for me, just to understand, okay, from that point in the graph, where would it go? It would go down. Go up, will go down, and then it can hit other support and resistance lines, even though the graph is in this case pointing up. So another one. So this is the latest one. Looks like the trend is more or less down. I wouldn't count this one. Looks like it's slowing down the curve. So I just go from here, because this is the last one, the last support resistance line. So you can see hit there, and it's kind of broke again, the support or potentially resistance line. So it hit the latest line of support and resistance. I call it both, because it could pass it and then just hit and then go back down, depending on how the graph looks. But obviously this is just a probability, it's a sort of like a science. This is how I see it. So in here, now, because it hit the bottom here, potential, and it passed the line as well, we can even make an assumption that that line is a little bit above. Let's say it didn't pass that line yet. We can wait on natural guess. We can wait to see if it will break the line. And it could break the line. It could break the bottom line, because the trend is going down. So I would say if it gets to this point in time, so let's get closer. If we want to be exact, we can say, look, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. This is each line is 1 hour. Yeah, each bar is 1 hour. So they call it candle. So each candle is 1 hour. This is 1 hour. This is 1 hour. This is 1 hour. So I would say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So between midnight, 11 o'clock on Sunday, UK time, all the way to the morning, I won't trade between those times anyway. So I will see, okay, you know what, I'll come back in the morning on Monday, and I'll see, okay, you know what, it broke the line, or it broke this line, or it broke this line, like the bottom line. Either it broke the bottom line, or it broke the trend, and then I'll have to make a judgment. If it broke the trend going down, then I'm assuming it's going to go up. If it broke the trend that is underneath it, that I'm going to assume is going to continue going down. So it's all about predictions, probabilities, and this is, for me, the best way to just analyze trends and follow trends. Not saying this is just one out of 4 or 5 different ones, but I just wanted to make the video short, make you understand how. Okay, let me just draw the lines perfectly before I go. And let's draw the lines here. Okay, so imagine at any point in time, right? Let's say, okay, you've seen all these lines starting off here, because if I go up there, it's not really, it doesn't really start there. Or I can't see a start over there. I can see a start here for the trend. So here the trend was a different one. The trend was here somewhere. This was a trend. And on the long term, I would be able to see. So let's see on the long term. Can you see the line here? It almost joins with the line here. So I can actually even make, not exactly actually, no, but some lines will sometimes join, but sometimes there's a new resistance and a new trend line, a new support that comes out after a while. So you can't really draw long-term ones like I did here. Really, this was just me checking out, the graph and just remembering some things. But in here, I can see the trend is down. So the best possible option at this point in time, if you want to do a short-term trend, is just to do a little sell, just a tiny bit of sell if you're like a daily trader like me, or you can just wait and see if it breaks the line. And if you have to be committed to your strategy and not be hungry just for money, and say, okay, you know what? I'll wait a little bit, maybe 2-3 hours, come back, check the line, and then make a decision on what I want to do with natural gas. With gold, let's go back to gold. So this was gold. I changed the graph. Yes, I did. Gold, I have, okay, there's this one here as well. So I have an almost certain prediction that if I trade gold, it'll be on the sell. But I'll still have to check my 3-4 other indicators. Gold, I can come in nighttime on Sundays when the trade's open. I can say, you know what, I'm gonna put sell on this one. Let's see what happens. But I hope you enjoy it. A little bit about trend lines, support and resistance. And many people have their own strategies, their own, ways of trading. And for me, because I trade on 1 hour trades, this is how I trade. And I could say that I make around 50% profit every month, but I could make more, but I don't want to be too greedy. So I just trade when I'm not tired. I trade when I have my mind focused, and potentially, you can make a lot of money from trading as long as you know what you're doing. And just before I go, this is not financial trading advice. I have no qualifications for financial trading. This is just me, showing you potential ways that you can learn how to trade. And anything that was said here, there's a disclaimer, out there about Forex. You can lose all the money that you have. You can obviously gain all the money that you have and much, much more in terms of profit. But you can lose more than what you gain. It's a possibility, especially if you don't know what you're doing. So I would just say, learn with yourself, make your own decisions. Don't expect someone else to make decisions. This is just a training program. Take care, guys.